Welcome back to Safaria's training course for educators. I'm Sarah Wachenfeld, Director of Education. This lesson will help you appreciate the options available to you on your account page, which includes ways of connecting with others on the site in order to learn from them, as well as features to store and access your own learning. We'll talk about how you and your students might collect and store information digitally, as well as connect to others whose Torah is available on Safaria. To get started, click on the person icon in the right-hand corner to access your account page. Let's begin with your profile. As we've already discussed, your public sheets are listed on your profile page, and it's a great way to showcase your skills and expertise. And you can always see other people's profiles by clicking on their name under a source sheet title. In addition to seeing their public sheets listed below, you can also find some information about them, and you can also choose to message or follow them. You'll get email updates if someone messages you, and if someone you follow publishes a new sheet. This allows you to keep up to date on new and interesting Torah content, or to be in touch with a colleague or teacher. Browsing through Safaria, you might find someone else who teaches a curriculum similar to yours, or your students may find other students who are studying the same part of a text as they are. Safaria is a community, and we encourage you to get to know some of the others with whom you share this space. Now, let's look at notes. I've mentioned before that Safaria's education team is very interested in the long-term impact of creating digital Torah resources for ourselves and for our students. While we certainly don't think you'll always use digital resources, books, pen, and paper are great for some things, we think that creating sheets and notes on Safaria provides you and your students with a unique opportunity to build a digital portfolio that can grow and be reshaped over time. And you may decide to use that in teaching, in writing, or just by sharing with others. You or your students can get a sense of the Torah you've learned and the sources you've processed by going to your notes page on Safaria. There you can look through all the notes you've taken, together with all the text that you've annotated. One other feature of your account page that I'd like to highlight is groups. When you click on groups, you'll see a list of any groups to which you belong. Groups are collections of materials on Safaria that belong together, either because they're created by or intended for a particular group of people. A group is a way to collect sheets that form a unit, a curriculum, or a body of work from your students. For example, a year's worth of Divrei Torah, or a unit's worth of project work. To share a sheet into a group, open a sheet and click into the edit mode. Now you can use the share button or scroll down beneath the title to click on more info. One of the options is List in Group, and the drop-down menu will give a list of all possible groups. Once you select a group, you'll see the check mark next to it, and the sheet will be shared into that group. The logo will then appear at the top of the sheet. Sheets within a group can be private or public, and you can always tell by looking for the little lock sign next to the sheet. A lock means that that sheet is private, and if there's no lock, then it's public. A sheet shared with the group but kept private will be available only to members of the group, while a public sheet will be available to all, whether they're a group member or not. The tutorials in the lesson will show you how to add a member to a group, as well as explain the different member statuses available. Groups on Safaria can be private, which is the default, or public. This is Safaria's public groups page. Public groups are a great way to share materials with the public and to let others know about the amazing materials that you, your school or organization, or students have produced. As you can see, this work is then branded and publicly available on our site, as public groups are listed on our groups page. Members of our Safaria community can easily discover your organization, your school, or your work if you make a group publicly available on Safaria. Keep in mind that you'll need at least 3 public sheets in order to create a public group. Finally, because this lesson has focused in large part on Safaria's community of learners, I want to draw your attention to finding others who are a part of our textual and learning community. You can search for a name in the search bar to find any Safaria user. For example, type the name of the user who you already know about into the search bar, and you'll be able to see a list of all the sheets created by that person, or you can click on their name to see their profile and get the full list of their public sheets. The search feature also works for some of our more famous authors. For example, if you type Rambam or Maimonides into the search bar, you'll get a short bio of the Rambam. Underneath that, you'll see links out to some longer biographical information, and then a full list of the person's works. Each entry on the list is a link to the text on Sefaria. Beneath that, you'll see a small map that details some of the key places in that person's life. This information also lives on the library page of Sefaria, near the bottom of the page, right there where it says authors. The rest of this lesson will take you through more of the details of your account page. Enjoy, and please remember to contact us with any feedback or questions.